Super Mario RPG. Not this one, though. This one is technically called Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. The new game that came out on Switch is just called Super Mario RPG. So you know they're different. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Saturday. Yesterday, I had talked a little bit about how Hayley and I were going to be streaming the new Super Mario RPG remake, and we did it. We played
through the first star.
We played through the first star. So we did a 2-hour stream, and it went well. It was fun. It's remarkable, a few things. It's remarkable how often, like, every single screen transition, we were like, oh, that's great. That's cool. That's amazing. Because
we have to see this scene, though.
Hayley's been looking through the player's guide. Yeah, the big problem is that we only did the one stream. So we played 2 hours, got through the first star. There's a lot of game left, and I don't have like any immediate plans to play through the rest of the game. Nintendo was the one that sent over the game today, so we got to play at least a little bit of the beginning, and that was great. But there's no time to fit in an additional stream.
I'll stream. I'll find time. I love this game.
It is a great game.
And it's fun to play the game with someone else who's like, ah!
Yeah. There's a lot of cutscenes. So, like, there's a lot of cutscenes, so you don't get too far into something and then, like, oh, there's a cutscene for this. And it's just, it's so exciting. Like, everything is so exciting. The game at its core, mechanically, is the same. Like, it hasn't really changed at all. But when it comes to, like, the visuals, obviously, are super upgraded. The animations are really good. Like, there's new animations. One of the things that was really cool is there's a very funny animation for whenever you're fighting Croco the first time and you use Fireball on him because he's susceptible to Fireball. He has an animation where he just spins around and, like, is trying to put out the fire that's on his tail. And that was great. It's these little details that, like, I'm like, man, this is really great. It's mostly going to be a nostalgia trip, but I am hopeful that it would also, like, interest people in trying the game out for the first time. It's 27 years old, and it is going to play a little bit like a dated RPG, but they did add a lot of quality of life stuff to it, so I don't know, maybe people would still like it.
It's got an incredibly unique plot. It has some very fun kind of like off-model kind of sort of stuff because it was made very early.
Yeah.
Dialogue's really fun. I mean, I fell in love with this game when I just found it randomly in middle school, and I just was like, what is this game? This is unlike anything else. This is unlike any other Mario game. This is unlike any other
Mario game.
This is not like an RPG that I've played. Like, it's just, it's so unique. It's so incredibly unique, and I'm really glad that it's got a remake because for a while it was sort of stuck in legal hell, and we all were a little worried about it.
There was a lot of questions regarding, like, what exactly...
Who owns what?
Yeah, because there's a lot of questions like, does Square own the original characters? Like, what's happening? But we finally have the remake, and God, it's good. It's just really good. So we did the stream. The VOD will be out by the time this vlog is out. Check out the VOD if you're a fan of the game. It's fun to... I mean, it's for one, it's fun to see the remake, but then also Hayley talks about some of her experiences with the game and brought props.
Yeah, I show off my copy of the game. I show off a framed copy of my first dollar.
Which is just...
the thing that's...
It's relevant. It's relevant.
The thing that's funny, though, is as I mentioned it, like, this is something that my dad made me give him $1 from my first paycheck. And then he built me a frame, and then he lost the dollar. And then I just assumed that they got lost. And then my dad, I was up there last summer, and my dad's like, Hayley. gives me my framed first dollar and gives the same to my brother. So he'd apparently been holding on to my brother's. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, I found them. I'm like, where were they? He's like, oh, in my sock drawer. So my brother and I's first dollars were lost in a
Just
sock
stayed
drawer.
in a sock drawer for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like, I don't know, peak ADHD moment. Hashtag relatable. But like, but that's the reason, like, I have not been lugging that around. I would have. If I had it, I would have been lugging it from house to house. But yeah, I actually didn't get it until I think, earlier this year.
Incredible.
And I just couldn't believe he still had it, but he had written on the dollar bill, so we knew which one it was. And anyway, it was fun to just randomly pull that thing out, just because I thought it would make a very funny prop.
It was funny, and it was relevant. Haley used her first paycheck to buy a copy of Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, it was the first like retro game I was super obsessed with, because I fell in love with it, and I just like obsessed over it.
Yeah.
For years and years and years and years. And the fact that, like, because I think probably started playing when I was like 11. I would say probably 11 or 12 was when I played it.
Yeah.
But like I kept playing it throughout the years because I just loved it so much. And then, the fact that like when I was 16, I went to a used game store. It was like, one copy of Super Mario RPG, please. That should show you that I really like the game quite a bit.
It's a good game. It's the reason I know about Super Mario RPG is that I had Nintendo Power at the time, so I was seeing the coverage come out for it, and I was excited about it. I was already a fan of RPGs through Earthbound, because Earthbound was my first RPG, and I was like, oh, this sounds like super up my alley, so that's why I ended up getting it. Hello, friend. Welcome to the couch. It's time to sniff things.
Renders are so
The old school player's guides are just very fun to read.
Renders are so good. I just love these scenes. This is just, we peaked.
Anyway, so everyone else, or well, not everyone else, I guess Mal, Brandon, and Noah went to go do some like outdoorsy stuff. They went to a park. I have no idea if they're going to film anything. So if they do, I can cut to it. And if they don't, I can't cut to it.
Oh, wait.
That's how that works.
The footage from last night I got to give to you.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's been filming so many things. I have so much footage I have to get from folks.
We're at the Pullen Park Carousel again. Once a year.
I also want to go visit the other one.
Yeah, there's another carousel in town.
Where is it?
I don't know, nearby?
We're gonna ride the train next.
You want to ride the train?
Do you guys want?
Let's ride the train, and then there's a Mediterranean restaurant I want to go to.
Okay.
Over by the thing I laid on.
That works. I feel like I'm getting pinched now too. There's a lot of yaw on this horse. No roll.
I don't want to do
Got
that
a lot
too
of
much.
pins and needles in my leg right now. We waited for like 10 minutes for this to start.
We're moving. This is a good clip.
I'm cooling down. It's not as hot now.
Yeah, now it's going. Yeah.
It's a good clip.
It's the most ominous fair music I've ever heard. Oh, they're doing it.
Oh, they're using the Wurlitzer. I'm really glad they're using it.
Oh, Alex's board is clearing.
Well, but I have the combo.
Oh, I could have done that so much better.
Whenever Haley is like, I'm terrible, I could have done that much better, that means you're gonna die. On the cusp of
No, it's 'cause I'm
doing something
panicking.
incredible that's gonna kill
I
you.
mean-
Oh, my spot!
That was bad. You lost your spot there.
That's my spot.
It is looking
Now
bad.
my spot has a blue in it. Now everything's bad. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. You here. You here. You. Okay. Well, Haley wins it. Here we go.
That's never happened
What have we
before.
learned here?
Look at all this cheese.
cheese.
I'm channeling you the one time that
Did I chant cheese once? I don't remember, but
I've canted cheese before. It's food, and you like food.
I do like food. I also like cheese.
That's food.
oh, is this a goat cheese
You get enough?
with like cranberry?
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
I gotta hide the pill in there, so I'll eat it.
We finish off the night by playing American Hero. This is an FMV game that has a really interesting history. I didn't film any of it because I wasn't really sure what the copyright status of the footage was, so I was like, but I enjoyed it. It's interesting because it was from 1995. So in 1995, they filmed a bunch of stuff like on film, like, and there's explosions, like it's kind of a big thing. Like a big production team and budget. And they were trying to make a game for the upcoming Jaguar CD. And the game never came out. And all of the footage sat around until just a few years ago when a different company bought all of the footage and all of the rights and finally like put the game together, 25 or 30 years later or whatever. So super interesting. I think that's a really cool thing. And it's funny. It's actually like it's serious, but it's really like B movie, bad acting type thing.
Yeah, it is.
There's some really funny moments in it. Because it's an FMV game, you have to like make decisions. So you'll come up to a thing, it'll be like, what do you do? And it'll give you an option, one or two.
Gate, door.
Climb, gate, door, climb. And there's one moment specifically where you come up to some guys with baseball bats and your options are fake or take. And we had done a run with fake, and you act like that you're not the guy they're looking for, and you're like, oh, it's a different guy, and they run off. So in the next round we chose take. So it cuts to a shot of the guy with the baseball bat, and he's like putting it in his hand, and then it cuts to the protagonist, and he's like, come on, I'll take you. And when it cuts back to the guy with the baseball bat, he doesn't have a baseball bat anymore. He has a gun, and he's actively firing at you, and you get a game over. And it's just the funniest thing. I was very amused by this. Anyway, I had picked this up at Limited Run some time ago because I do enjoy FMV games. Sometimes we can bring them to the channel in some capacity or a stream or something, but I decided that we would just have something to do tonight for our group. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. Tomorrow Noah leaves, but we have a little bit of time while he's still here, so we're gonna I think we're gonna hit up Limited Run at least briefly, and then also get like some food or something. So
Yeah.
the vegetables safe.
Yeah, this thing is way too hard to keep in the fridge.
I completely agree with that. I agree. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?